ต่อ
Are you okay, Ganyu? You were nodding off there.
I'm fine. Since last time, in essence, but the tune was perhaps there was no. Either way, if this part.
You really think so? Also, Paimon's really curious about how people from Fontaine think this fairy lady looked. Ooh, like a crystal fly's wings? That would be pretty cool. But Paimon definitely actually Ganyu. If you had to save a drowning person, how would you go about it?
Huh? Me? Well, I'd get them to the shore, and then I'd probably, once I was sure that they were going to be okay, I'd slip away without a sound.
Got it. So basically, Ganyu's the type of person who doesn't like taking credit for her good deeds.
No, it...
Well, she was probably
As far as I'm aware, you'll be able to confirm either way. I've been in Lea Harbor.
Sounds great!
I've prepared a gift for her to mark the never mind. Traveler?
Seems like this is a tough... Paimon gets... Wait, did she...
มาไปโน่นอ่ะโคตรไกลงองละมุดแล้วสบาย
Fury.
Paimon's so tired from trying to keep up. Don't either of you need to take...
I can't believe it. Cloud Retainer is not here.
Huh?
She doesn't like to travel, so in the past, it's always been the other Adepti who come to visit her during the festivals.
Somehow Paimon doubts...
True, since she's not...
Uh-oh.
Please go on, Paimon.
Our goal here is to find... We can't hear...
Yes, I think that...
So, all we have to do is get... You know perfectly well that Paimon can't swim. Paimon would sink like a rock. Just trust Paimon. The water's pretty deep over...
Behold!
What is going on?
How do you feel right now?
เช่นนี้น่ารัก
Shenhe!
Why don't you say something? Okay, fine. We're looking for an Adeptus who's good at being a lifeguard and but if the Adepti aren't gonna stay home, then how are we supposed to find them?
It wasn't me.
Yeah, so this Adeptus is most likely a woman.
And I am not an Adeptus, as you both already know.
Okay, so no way Paimon would have suggested this idea if she'd known how...
Glad you're okay. As far as I know, the one you seek is no Yaksha. And one last, your actions here caused others a great deal of worry.
As ever, the conqueror of demons comes and goes, just like the... Right. How's your training going? Oh, I had planned to spend the festival with Math. Oh, earlier this morning. I noticed. Please excuse me. Sure.
It sounds like Ganyu and...
Yes. Ganyu, but when I try... Sometimes I'm supposed to copy other people. Sometimes I'm not. It's a little difficult to keep track of everything. Oh, is that what it is? So, you...
Yep. Oh.
Music? Okay, I'm done. I also left her a note so that she knows where to find us. We won't miss her again.
Yay!
We were just talking...
Oh,
ไปไหนดีทำจริงมันต้องฟาร์มแล้ว
Relax. Squall of Fury. Quit following me. Too slow.
This is the place. I enjoy training here to the sound of music. The faint sound of...
Oh, okay.
Oh. And a melody is...
Hey, don't you patronize Paimon. Let's get one thing straight. Paimon knows plenty of nursery rhymes, but Paimon does not... Hey, why don't you just sing that one melody Shen has heard before? It'll probably help her to understand what we're talking about.
Oh, was that from the opera that Yoonjin sang?
Mm-hmm.
It felt... As I watched Yoon when you hum...
Wow, music definitely has the power to bring up memories. It's like a time capsule with all the special... What about you, Ganyu?
I don't remember if my parents ever sang... I know some the songs of the sailors down at the dock. Yes, that's in the past. Whenever I heard the sound of those tunes, Nenny and Leo probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part of their lives. Leo probably view me as a non-human. And they are right, in the sense that I never could connect with humans' artistic expression and their sentiments. So I haven't been able to integrate into their community and be a part. At least, that's the view I held in the past. Only more recently did I start to realize that the way those even though we come in that sense.
You go, Ganyu! You're really making progress. You have loads of friends in Liyue Harbor with
Yes, I am, technically
Hello.
speaking.
Thank you.
Once the days are, I've planted nonsense. I have cultivated and I will save some for decoration. We can feast on the rest.
Then,
Do people say
It doesn't matter, okay? You got the point across. No need to split hairs. Paimon's more concerned about your idea of a girls' night out.
คือลิงคง
Eating
ไม่กินหรอก
flowers?
ไม่
Really?
แค่สอนๆนัด
This
กันไป
doesn't have
ชิม
anything
ด
to
อกไม้
do
แค่
with
นั้นแห
you
ละ
both being the disciples of that
ไปมอนแม่ง
illuminating
น่ารักว่ะ
bird?
Who dares refer to one not by one's adeptus
Yeah, yeah,
title,
yeah,
but
yeah,
merely
yeah,
as that
yeah,
illuminated
yeah,
bird?
Master?
our greetings, Cloud Re-
Ah! There it is! The
Double humph. Now she has the gall to use it rather than she. One has received your message from Ganyu. Well, shall one lead the way?
I still have to complete my training for today, so I will bid farewell to everyone here.
Very well. Await my arrival at one's abode later this night. On this special occasion, you should indulge yourself with some savory dishes.
If you want to, thank you. Hmm.
เอาวะไปต่อด้วยไปไหนดีตามไปกลับเมืองสินะเขาให้ไปทำอะไรอ่ะก่อนหน้ากันอยู่คุณได้นัดหมายนัดหมายกันอยู่เกี่ยวกับหญิงสาวในเรื่องราวทำนองที่ฟังแล้วก็น่าจะเป็นน่ารักชิบปุ้งเลย
Wind rises. Quit following me.
Solidified!
Is this Quaily Plains?
เคอรีพิก
Cloud Retainer, why did you bring
พา
us
เรามาที่นี่
here?
ล่ะ
Ganyu is of course familiar with the name
เจ้า
Guizhong,
เคยได้ยิน
but have
ชื่อ
you
นี้หรือ
ever
เปล่า
heard of her? Guizhong is another name of Agentis, the god of dust. Long ago, Sea Gazer.
Paimon remember.
He was an old friend. Once he had brought out the treasure, it would predictably become the center of. As Adepti, we were each gifted in our own ways, and naturally proud of our accomplishments in our respective fields of expertise. His treasures were not even of his own making. He just used his exploration skills to dig them out of the ground.
Cloud Retainer, you are getting competitive again.
One digresses.
What kind of.
No kind of. She always sought to make everyone happy. It also helped that she never referred.
You. Come on, get over yourself!
Anyway, just as our impassioned arguments would reach the apex of who would dare. Back then, one was always bothered by how the cups Rex Lapis brought were always too square for one's taste. Can you see yourselves ever? Precisely. So, even one could never find fault with Marchosius's
เข้มแห่ง
cooking.
เตาไฟ
As we ate, Guizhong would continue to find topics for conversation. Filling the table, each of those old fossils had their character flaws and points of. We would drink together from a spot high in the mountains until the moon set. Streetwood Rambler would often remain to admire the flowers with Guizhong before returning to her own abode. The glazed lilies were far more.
Streetward Rambler?
เจ้าขับขาน
That would be Ping. You probably know her as Madam
มาดาม
Ping.
ปิง
Oh, okay. Wait, this is a lovely story and everything, but didn't we come here to find that adept? Or are you saying that it was Guizhong?
Alas, long has one avoided this place for. One should have guessed that you would just. No matter. In times gone by, one quarreled oft with Guizhong concerning mechanical principles.
Guizhong.
We each had our ideals, and neither would yield. Under the pretext of a social gathering, one invited the impartial Rex Lapis to judge the quality of our creations. But Rex Lapis declared that Guizhong's obscuro vulpus mechanism was superior. Though one was too proud to acknowledge it, in one's heart, one knew that Guizhong was indeed the superior talent in the mechanical arts. As for the story between Guizhong and Streetward Rambler, that begins with a certain bell. In Guizhong's opinion, while mechanisms were no substitute for human composers, they were yet capable of producing simple but fine melodies. But Streetward Rambler believed music to be an expression of the soul, an emotional enterprise that could never hope to be replicated by machinery. They argued endlessly until one asked Rex Lapis to intercede. He confiscated the bell and designated it for ceremonial use. Thereafter, one would often find them convening in the mountains, discussing music, mechanics, and all the affairs of the mortal world. But these good times were not to last. War broke out between the gods, and soon engulfed the Guili plains. Guizhong was overpowered by the enemy, and fell in battle. When Streetward Rambler and I arrived at the scene at long last, all that remained among the ruins was her lifeless body. After this, at Streetward Rambler's request, Rex Lapis granted her the cleansing bell for safekeeping. To honor our friend's memory, one made a few finishing touches to her ballistic device. Many lantern rites have passed since then. Many greetings and goodbyes. Upon what do you gaze? The Guili Plains?
No. It's everything. We think of human life as like a lantern that's lit one minute and extinguished the next. But are we Adepti so different? Perhaps as dust settles after a storm, we too must one day return to the world below.
ก็คือสรุปมาดับ
One
ปิ้ง
has always been austere and private by nature, and has never relished socializing. One's dealing...
What? You have loads of friends, and you seem pretty.
Just because one is not ignorant of social graces does not mean one is... But in the end, one is nothing like Street. Back when they were rivals, they would often compete against one another in the realm. That cleansing bell was one of Guizhong's proudest works, having the ability to both compose.
Wait, that's weird. Didn't Madame Ping say she pestered an old friend for that bell? And she also said something about being a vain beauty when she was young or something.
Streetward Rambler, a vain beauty. That bell has a sad history. Clearly, she refrained from sharing with you the truth of its
เจ้า
origins.
ไปแบบนี้มากกว่า
As for her old friend, as soon as Streetward Rambler heard that a certain Zhong Li wished to borrow the bell, she realized that the man was none other than Rex Lapis, and that he had made an enormous decision.
ได้ทำการตัดสินใจ อ๋อกระดิ่งของเทพที่เทพหินเยอมา
After all, we all have known each other for several millennia.
Whoa, so they were talking in secret.
Enough of your intrusions. The cleansing bell is powered by a mechanical art, but Streetward Rambler did not acquire it. The two once clashed.
โอเค
Once upon a time, Streetward Rambler also loved gatherings, liquor, and music. But after Guizhong passed, she preferred her own company. She could often be found sitting alone at a mountain summit, contemplating and reminiscing with her zither. Music would go from mournful to soothing to impassioned.
วันนี้พอแค่นี้ก่อนแล้วกัน เนาะ
Many years passed, which brings
What?
one was also in response, though the
เหนื่อย
string
แล้ว
I just remember being, although I met
Guizhong, had you not decided to search for that as of now, do you intend to discuss this with her?
Do you mean
Precisely.
if
Oh?
I've been in Leo, but this doesn't someone as though these immortal no loss Ping has helped, though it is heartbreaking.
We even asked Madam Ping what she thought about adding a music.
Why don't you come with us? It's been a long time.
Is not every lantern...
I disagree. Each
Very well, then one will be off. Fossils have sneaked away into the city to amuse themselves. One shall soon find out.
all right. We should be getting back to the heart. Say,
Allow one to take back one's prey.
what?
One observed that you were making no effort to leave.